Shelby Regner. I started my teaching career in Wisconsin, and when I moved to California, after 10 years of teaching, stepped out of a traditional classroom role and into a non-traditional classroom role, or a non-traditional teaching role, as an instructional coach. And in that transition, I started to realize I don't know much about coaching, and I should do some more learning. So my co-coach, shout out to Elise, who's in the room tonight, we did a little bit of research and came to realize there's really nothing that talks about how two coaches share a school site. So I had the thought, someone should write that book, and then I decided I should write that book. So I'm going to just share with you my video, and that will explain a little bit about my process. My process started with reflecting on my own experiences and reading as much as I could about instructional coaching. I reached out to the coaches I had as a classroom teacher, and I reached out through social media as well. I interviewed these coaches and collected solid ideas and practical advice. The content of this how-to book is split into two parts. First, I talk about the moments you share with your co-coach. I share ideas and checklists, frameworks that feel like easy recipes, and use examples from the coaches I interviewed as short vignettes. The second part of this book is how you and your co-coach work together to impact the climate and culture at your school through instructional coaching, as well as stepping outside of your school and into the community. Here's a quick excerpt from the book. Can I confess something? I used to be very territorial as a teacher. Quote, just give me my four walls, students, and the curriculum, end quote, was something that I muttered to myself a million times while I was looking for my first job. In my fourth year of teaching, I was lucky enough to meet someone whom I still think about often as a role model in my teaching. Lisa was open to sharing anything and everything about her work, and I was willing to be the recipient of her knowledge and generosity. I noticed myself saying things like, it takes a village to raise a teacher. Thanks for being in my village. It really sunk in for me when she mentioned that I was welcome into her room anytime to grab supplies. I'm not territorial, Lisa said very casually. When Lisa said that, so many things came into focus. I was on a strong team. I was strong because they were all sharing with me. I was starting to open up and share back, and what I was sharing was being accepted by my team. As I stepped into the teacher leadership role in my new school, I inherited a dusty, unused room full of dusty, old books. I spent an absurd amount of time pridefully getting books sorted, labeled, shelved, and logged. While I'm embarrassed to say that I'm not done yet, 2 years into the process, I can admit that I'm proud of the space. The first thing I did was request the locks get changed so everyone had access anytime. People often ask to come by my office, and I gently goaded that it's not my office. It's our book room, and my belongings just happen to show up there every day. Just like Lisa taught me, I welcomed people in and broke down territorialism. As it turns out, opening my space opened me to the most profound co-working relationship I could have ever imagined. Elise, my soon-to-be co-coach, walked through the door just like all the other staff, but she wasn't in search of books. She was in search of a co-coach. Over time, we defined our roles, created structures to keep our work in focus, and built trust and humor into our days. This book will share with you the experiences of a few co-coaches in the hopes of helping you create your own team. So thank you. Again, shout out to Elise. Some of the things that I really enjoyed doing during this project was connecting with an entire area of education that I really didn't even know existed. I had been the recipient of coaching, but this was a completely different way of looking at things. And the Mount Holyoke Teacher Leadership Program definitely helped me hone my voice, start to understand some of the ways that I could step out into the world in a different leadership way. And then the last step here for me is to follow through on the publishing and then use that as a platform to share out what we have learned. Truly a euphoric moment. And thank you to all of the professors who have joined us tonight. It's truly remarkable. Thank you.